question mainly around what your vision of socialism is that you are saying,
That's a good question.
and how would you suggest one gets there? But I also wanted to mention that I see the connection between, war as a thing that gives us meaning and the sort of illusionary things that you're talking about now, which builds on that same need.
Yeah,
But anyway,
I think you're right. Well, I gave a talk at the University of Winnipeg a few weeks ago and thought, as usual, that I was delivering an incendiary and radical message. And there was this grim-faced group of economics professors after I finished who were there. The whole economics department was there, and one of them stood up and said, "We want to make it clear to everyone in this room that you are nothing but a radical Keynesian." The economics department at the University of Winnipeg is uniformly Marxist. That's Canada for you. Yeah, when I talk about socialism, I am a radical Keynesian. I talk about Swedish socialism. I've lived in France. I've lived in Europe. I'm talking about universal health care. I'm talking about full employment. I'm not a Marxist. I come out of Hannah Arendt, who was a socialist, a democratic European socialist, Karl Popper. I mean, these are the Reinhold Niebuhr. These are the great foundational moral philosophers for me. Upton Sinclair, I mean, someone mentioned he was a socialist. I mean, there was a powerful socialist movement in this country, but Woodrow Wilson used the Sedition and the Espionage Act and to essentially destroy it, to destroy the age of the muckrakers, and then after the war, that very swift transition from the hated Hun to the Red Scare. And it had the twin purpose of promoting war and destroying progressive social movements. And I think we have to begin to reclaim those movements because socialism for me is about the common good. It's about not throwing your mentally ill on heating grates in the street. It's about not allowing children in your country to go to bed hungry. It's about making sure that every American, no matter how poor, has access to decent medical care, a public education, the chance to go to university. I mean, my son's at Colgate University. It costs $51,000 a year. Can you imagine if they tried that in France? The French university students would shut the country down. We're just, and these kids are borrowing staggering sums of money, and they're not going to get the jobs to repay it. And there are probably some in this room.